The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. Longman Simplified English Series. Read by ดวงหฤทัยพรหมา Chapter 5. The harder Tom tried to fasten his mind on his book, the more his ideas wandered. So, at last, with a sigh and a yawn, he gave it up. It seemed to him that the noon interval would never come. The air was utterly dead. There was not a breath of air stirring. It was a sleepiest of sleepy days. Away in the flaming sunshine, Cardiff Hills lifted its soft green sides through a veil of his purple with distance. A few birds floated on lazy wings high in the air. No other living things were visible, except some crows, and they were asleep. Tom's heart ached to be free, or to have something of interest to do to pass the weary time. At last the morning lessons ended, and Tom flew to Bangor Teacher. They sat together with an exercise book before them, and Tom gave Bangor the pencil and held her hand in his, guiding it, and so created another suffering house. Tom was in heaven. "Do you like rats?" he said. "No, I hate them." "Well, I do, to live ones. But I mean dead ones, to swing around your head with a piece of string. No, I don't care for rats much. What I like is chewing gum. Oh, I wish I had some now." "Do you? I've got some. We'll share it." So Banky handed Tom his share, and they sat chewing happily. "Have you ever been to a circus?" asked Tom. "Yes, and my father's going to take me again sometime if I'm good. I've been to a circus 3 or 4 times, lots of times. I'm going to be a lion tamer when I grow up." "Oh, are you? That will be nice. They look lovely dressed up in uniforms." "Yes, that's so. And they get a lot of money, almost $1 a day," Ben Rogers says. "I say, Banky, please tell me that you won't have any friend but me, and that when we are coming to school or going home, you'll always walk with me, and I'll choose you as buddy, and you choose me. That sounds nice, doesn't it? Why, Amy Lawrence and I." Banky's big eyes told Tom of his mistakes, and he stopped confused. "Oh, Tom, you like Amy Lawrence more than me." The child began to cry. Tom said, "Don't cry, Banky. I don't care for her anymore." "Yes, you do, Tom. You know you do." Tom tried to comfort her, but she pushed him away and went on crying. Tom stood about, restless and uneasy. Then he said hesitatingly, "Becky, I don't care for anybody but you." She did not reply. "Becky, won't you say something?" Becky's tears continued to flow. Tom got out his chef drawer, the brass door handle, and held it out so that she could see it. "Please, Becky, won't you take it?" She struck into the floor. Then Tom marched off and over to Hills and far away, to return to school no more that day. Half an hour later, Tom was disappearing behind Window Douglas House on the top of Cardiff Hill, and the school was hardly visible far away in the valley below him. He entered a thick wood, picked his way to the center of it, and sat down under the spreading oak tree. He sat for a long time, with his elbows on his knees and his chin in his hand. It seemed to him that life was full of trouble. He remembered a school friend who had died recently. It must be very peaceful, he thought, to lie and sleep and dream forever and ever with the wind whispering through the trees and over the glass and flowers of the grave and nothing to grieve about anymore. If he only has a good Sunday school, because he might to be willing to go. Now, as to this girl, he has been very nice to her, and has been treated like a dog. She would be sorry some day, perhaps, when it was too late. Ah, if he could die, just for a short time. Just then, the sound of Tortin's horn came faintly to the forest. Tom threw off his coat, raked away for his brushes. From behind a rotten rock, delivering a bow and arrow, a wooden sword, and a tin horn, and in a moment had seized his things, and left away. He soon stopped under a great tree, blew an answering note, and began to tiptoe and look cautiously out this way and that. He said softly to an imaginary company, "Keep still, and married men, keep hidden till I blow." Joe Harper now appeared, dressed and armed as Tom. "Stop," called Tom. "Who comes here into Sherwood Forest without my permission?" "I, a knight, needs no man's permission," was willing. "There's, address me with such insolence," said Tom, reminding him, for they were using the words, of one of their favorite books, The Adventures of Robin Hood. "What? Violent? Let's address the with such insolence. I, Robin Hood, as your proud body soon shall know. Blasphemous outlaw, gladly will I fight you. Guard yourself." They drew their swords, faced each other foot to foot, with swords close, and began a stern, careful fight. Presently, Tom said, "Now you know how to do it. Let us fight father." So they fought father, breathing heavily and sweating with the work. Soon Tom shouted, "Fall, fall! Why don't you fall?" "I won't." "Why don't you fall yourself? You're getting the worst of it." "Why, there's nothing. I can't fall. It's not like that in the book. The book says, 'Then with one backhander blow he killed the proud knight.' You have to turn round and let me hit you in the back." It was impossible to contradict the book, so Joe turned, received the blow, and fell. "Now," said Joe, getting up, "you've got to let me kill you. That's fair." "Why, I can't do that. It's not in the book." "Well, I call that very unfair." "Well, Joe, I'll be the sheriff of Nottingham, and you be Robin Hood a little while and kill me." This was satisfactory, and so this sense were act. Then Tom became Robin Hood again, and laying the blood falling from his neglect wound. And at last Joe, representing a whole tribe of weeping outlaws, dragged him sadly out, and put the bow into his weak hands. Tom said, "Where this arrow falls, there bury poor Robin Hood." Then he shot the arrow and fell back and would have died, but he laid on some horns and sprang up too early for a dead body. The boys dressed themselves, hid their weapons, and went off gathering that there were no outlaws anymore. They said that they would rather be outlaws for a year. The Sherwood Forest then, President of the United States.